Now, Donald Trump is promising his inauguration event, and he's promising that it's going to be huge. It's going to be enormous. It's going to be fantastic. In fact, he earlier tweeted out today, people are pouring into Washington in record numbers. Oh, first of all, I don't know how he actually knows that, but okay. And somehow he also thinks that, well, they must be pouring in record numbers, even though I don't know the specifics of that. And they must all be
measuring
going
it based on all the buses that are there to protest.
Oh, it could be. That's a good point. Now he believes
there's
that
like over 3 times as many.
So he also believes that these people, and yes, the protesters will definitely be going to the inauguration, but he thinks that everybody's going to be at his inauguration. That again is going to be a great, a huge event. Now, did you know that it actually costs money to get into this event? I didn't know that. You actually have to buy tickets to see the president get sworn in.
Of course you do.
I didn't know that. I should think, hey, it should be for the people. The people should be able to watch that. But what do I know? I'm just I'm apparently a socialist lib. But anyway, look, because this thing is shaping up to be such an amazing event with such headliners as Three Doors Down and Toby Keith. Ticket scalpers are out there trying to make a little bit of money off the top. Now, it turns out that they're having a little bit of a hard time. Imagine that. Now, the New York Daily News actually found one such guy named Yossi Rosenberg, who's pictured over here. Now, Rosenberg is a 36-year-old Democrat who voted for Hillary Clinton. So, strange how he went and bought tickets for a Trump event. Of course, his plan is to sell them. Now, he told the outlet that he had purchased 2 tickets from a woman in Westchester who sold them for $700. $700 for 2 tickets. I know a lot of people, Ron, who wouldn't go to this inauguration if people paid them $700. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, the lineup's terrible. I mean, that entertainment lineup is, I mean, that's not even worth showing up at a rib festival for, let alone a $350 a pop inauguration. County fairs have better quality lineups than this shit show. And we'll be talking about one of the bands that dropped off of it later.
Right.
But
right.
I mean, Three Doors Down. I mean, first of all, Three Doors Down, like they're completely like let's throw this out there because I really don't like shitting on music that I don't like. But here's the thing: Three Doors Down is completely apolitical. I mean, you can find articles of them just saying like, yeah, we're not a political band. They just have no clue. So they've performed at RNC events. They performed for Bush the First. Now they're performing for Trump. And here's the thing. You don't have the option to stand for nothing. I'm sorry. You just don't. If you're a creator, I mean, you can be apolitical, but then just, like, stay out of it entirely. Be like, I don't really know anything about politics. That's not what I do. I sing about girls or whatever.
Sure.
And just stay out of it. Don't just take any platform that's given to you when you don't know what you're subscribing to. Then you're not an artist. You're a whore. That is what you are. You are a whore. So Three Doors Down are basically peddling whores with guitars. And there's nothing wrong with prostitution. I think it should be legal, but that's what they are. That is essentially what they are. There is not a bone of integrity in their body, and they have the music to support that. Their music is absolutely god-awful. Their song Kryptonite, the only kryptonite for them is thinking critically for themselves. That's their kryptonite.
Tell me how you really feel.
They're pathetic. They are just straight up pathetic. They're
Wow.
not. They are as far from rock and roll as the GOP. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing rock and roll about them. Rock and roll came from the disenfranchised. It came from the disenfranchised. So rock and roll, like when they say we're not political, well, guess what? Rock and roll is in itself political. It came from the downtrodden. It came from the disenfranchised. It came from the attitude of we're mad as hell and we're not going to take anymore and we have shit to say. So you can't play rock and roll or whatever watered down shit bar variation of it you're playing and stand for nothing. You don't have that option. So they're not a rock and roll band. They're not even a band. They're just whores with guitars.
I'm amused at how angry you are. I did not expect for you to go on an
It's worth getting angry
down
about,
rant.
Jeff.
So what you're saying is they're losers. And one of these days, what? you'll find him dead or something. I don't know how that goes. I ruined that. That could have been good. I deserve this.
I get what you were trying to do, and effort appreciated.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's appropriate. Fail. Anyway, back to the story here. Now Rosenberg, the guy who bought these tickets for $700 a piece, or I'm sorry, for the pair, said that he thought he would be able to sell them on the secondary market for at least double the price. However, unfortunately for him, not a lot of people are interested. I mean, he said, quote, "Nobody wants to buy them. It looks like I'm stuck with him. I might even have to go. Oh, dear God, no."
Tough shit, pal.
Oh, man.
Guess what,
sounds
Rosenberg?
terrible.
Here's some advice to you and all the other Democrats. Stop caring so much about money. Stop putting profit first, because that's why we lose all the time. So if you're $700 in the hole, tough shit. Good. Go to the inauguration. Get the most out of it. If there's any complimentary drinks, get the stiffest thing that they make. It'll probably have Russian vodka.
Okay. Again. So it got so bad, right? He even tried to sell these tickets to white supremacists. Not even the white supremacists were having it. They probably looked at that and was like, "Rosenberg trying to sell me tickets for $1,400. Not gonna happen, dude. Not happening. So get out of here." Now he said somebody offered me $200 for the pair, and said, "I guess his approval ratings aren't that high." No. What happened is that maybe you're a dumbass. Maybe you're stupid.
I think it's both. I mean, his approval rating for someone entering office is like historically terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Like, it's worse than like even Bush in 2004 had better approval ratings going back in.
It's
than
40,
Donald and Obama's were through the roof both
Right.
time in 2008 and 2012. He was like pretty high, but
I
Donald
think
Trump,
it was-
like his disapproval rate is already higher.
It was. I believe Obama's was something around 87%. That's amazing.
Yeah, at
That's
least
amazing.
in 2008 it definitely was. I think 2012 I'm not
a little
sure if
bit
it was
lower.
quite that high, but
Yeah.
But it was still
that
decent.
makes sense. Donald Trump's poll ratings, approval rating, 44%. He hasn't even taken office yet. People already hate him, and he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, and he couldn't. And
It's
the lineup sucks. I mean, the lineup's terrible.
Yeah.
Clearly, this guy didn't think
Sad.
that through.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Sad. The lineup's very mean to me because it's so terrible.
It is so
Nobody
terrible.
wants to play.
But look,
Just gonna find someone to pee on my face. No one wants to play my concert. No one wants to play.
and
It's like he's that member of the fraternity that's like, dude, I can get Bon Jovi because I know somebody, and then they end up getting this like shit show lineup.
yeah.
And he's
look,
like, just kidding.
and the only people that are going to show up there are people like Rosenberg, who thought, I can make a profit screwing over people. I do not
Let
feel
that be
sorry
a
at all for
lesson
this
to
guy.
you.
Don't
Let
be an
that be a
asshole.
lesson, Rosenberg, and pass it on to all the other Democrats out there. Stop trying to be like profit center moguls. That's what the Republicans do. You guys, we have to do something else. Otherwise, we're not going to win again anytime soon.
Here you go. Now, finally, Rosenberg said, look, I might just have to suck it up and go. He told the Daily News, "I never intended on going. I really thought I'd see some profit. Again, that's the problem. If I don't sell them for what I paid within 72 hours, I'm just gonna have to go." Well, go.
Where's
okay.
the world's tiniest violin? Who gives
Yeah,
a shit?
who cares?
Whatever. What better thing did he have to do on a Friday night?
Well, obviously it's.
Did anyone
it's,
ask?
No, I don't think anybody wants to ask.
Is he
No.
married? Did he buy? He bought 2 tickets, right? So he has
He
like
bought
a
2
Sigo
tickets.
or a friend or something.
After this, I would imagine all the friends are probably like, "Oh man, you're on your own. You're on your dude."
Well, I don't
I'm
know
not
who
going.
would get to go with him. I mean, honestly,
nobody.
if I had a free ticket and I had nothing better to do, I would go just out of curiosity, just to see that, and for some really fun periscoping opportunities / YouTube opportunity. I would just stream the whole thing.
Well,
I would
if
stream
you
the whole thing and talk to anyone that would talk to me, and
Well, if you
just
do
see
go-
how ugly it got.
Well, if you do go, and or if Rosenberg goes, maybe they'll have a good time watching Three Doors Down and Toby Keith and 2 of the members of the Rockettes. So, fun times
right?
for all. Fun times.
That's
for all.
the entire lineup. The entire lineup is a pop country singer who is basically just a subtle advertisement for domestic beer. different groups that don't want to be there. Half the members don't even want to be there, and one quote unquote rock band that has one hit and zero brains. That's the entire lineup. And you know what? It makes sense that it's a Mormon choir because out of all the sects of Christianity, Donald Trump has the most in common with the Mormons because ever since Prop 8, you know what both of them have in common? They should both be paying taxes.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.